I'm helping a client organize his projects in Evernote, and I thought it would be an interesting use case to share with you. I'm not going to show you the complete system we created, but for today's project, we'll be using tags, tasks, linking notes, calendar widget, and the filtered notes widget. So let's go to the computer. Of course, there are several ways to do it in Evernote, and that's why I always suggest 2 or 3 options to my clients. And I'm always asking, would you prefer this or that? What you see today is what he ended up choosing. Let's start with the notebooks. We have a notebook called Projects and also a notebook called CRM. The dynamic goes like this. Let's say he has a new idea for a business opportunity. So he will start a new project, new note, using a template. I'll call it just P3. Here we have a space for a summary, the participants, I'll get there in a minute, and a timeline for this project. Oh, and by the way, Mastodon members and beyond on Patreon have access to all my templates. The CRM notebook is where he keeps all the possible investors and future investors. So let's go back to the CRM notebook. Let's say that contact B agreed and he wants to be part of this project. Paste here, so now I have a link to contact B. I'll also grab the link for this project, go back to the CRM, and here we have a link between notes. Okay, let's write something here. So I have a little summary here for the project 3. Let's get another person. Let's say contact A is also in this project. Linking the notes is a convenient way to go back and forth, but I asked him if he also would need to search or filter all the participants in a project, and he said yes. To make this work, we'll also create some tags here. Whatever the name of the project is, we'll create a tag for it. P3, this other person is involved with P3, and let's say this one is involved with P1. And maybe contact B is also involved with P1. Of course, the list of contacts he has is way beyond 3, so that's why the filters will help, the tags will help. I can just use P3 and check all the contacts involved with the project P3. The projects usually take months. That's why we created a timeline. Every interaction is logged here. Say there is a meeting, for example, I can go to the calendar and choose the meeting, insert the meeting, and take notes of that meeting. Let's say during the meeting, I talked about a document or somebody sent me a document. I can come here, go to Google Drive, choose a document, and add it to the timeline. The timeline is important, but not all interactions are meetings. We can use Shift-D and have the date and log whatever it is, or add a document, an email, or whatever we want to log. I like the idea of highlighting the date to make it easier to find. Let's change this. And now let's put another one here. Shift-D, right, whatever, and highlight again. It's easier to find the date if it is highlighted. He deals with a lot of projects. Some of them are in progress, some of them are done, and some of them are just tabled and may come up again in the future. And he told me he would prefer to have all the projects in the same notebook. But it's also important to have quick access to the projects that are in progress right now. To solve this, I told him to use the work in progress tag. Let's say P3 and P2 are in progress. Of course, I can use the filter, but there are 2 other better ways to do this. The first one is a search in projects with the tag whip. So now I have this search. I can save this search, add to shortcuts, and now I can quickly access my projects. Or I can use the filtered notes widget. Let's put it here. Select projects in progress. Oh, and there's a spelling mistake here. Projects in progress, done. And now, if he starts working in a new project, let's say P7, we can either come here, project in progress. I can also edit this to fix the name, projects in progress. Or I can come here, home, and now I see the 3 projects. In some situations, he'll enlist temporary help, and this is where tags come in handy. So let's go back to project 3. Let's say he needs help here. He can add a task and also assign this task to the person that is helping him with that project. Now, please watch this video and you see all these tools being used in a completely different situation. And if you learned something useful today, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. See you soon.